Music definitely transcends us to different places, and we're here at a place where we're now celebrating 25 years of the album Dreaming of You.
I think that's what the beauty is about Selena and her legacy and where it's at, 25 years later. It's, you can hear Dreaming of You, so many times throughout the years, and it's still beautiful. I mean, the song selections that, they were choosing and they ended up doing that she was actually able to complete before everything. I think they were on point, and I think Selena delivered them perfectly,
With the time that has gone by, how do you feel that her legacy has changed the world for better from back in the late 80s, early 90s to now?
Music transcends people to different places, and it means different things for so many different people. A broken up relationship, or the first time maybe meeting your loved one and now you're married, or the first time you introduced, your love of Selena to maybe your child, and now it's being passed on. So, I mean, it holds so many different facets, but I think the one thing that connects everyone to the music and to this album, the Dreaming of You album, is the fact that Selena, what she represented as a Mexican American with a dream, like we all have those dreams. It has to do with the fact that she was such a beautiful person inside and out. She was real, and she kept it real. She was humble. I feel that, the fact that she's able to understand vocally and being able to create and to deliver a song like Dreaming of You so beautifully and so softly, and just kind of just wraps you up in it. It just speaks volume of who she was as an artist. And, I think that's one is, everybody has asked me so many times throughout the years, like, what is that one thing? It's like, well, that's just it. The great artists, they don't just have one thing. It's a multiple different facets that have to do with her being an artist and a person, and just everything wrapped into it. And I think that's why she's so loved, to this day.
Honestly, you talk about the one thing, right, that people ask you. And I watched an interview of hers where they asked her that, and she was like, nobody knows. Well, there's no recipe for this. And I had to repost that because I was like, this is so real right now. In what ways do you feel that maybe Selena's voice was able to help us here in the U.S. be more open about culture and just open-minded in the way that we are trying to head over to right now?
Let's go back to when we were creating music, and Selena was 9 and I was 13 and Abby was like 17. My father just really instilled in us that, if you have a dream, don't let anybody take it away from you. It's about perseverance. It's about don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. And I guess that has always been a part of us, and that has been the driving force from day one for us. And also, it had to do with the fact that I think our biggest hurdle too back in the day was the fact that, we were in a male-dominated, music. Tejano music was mainly male singers. And so our biggest obstacle was that, guess what? A young girl and a family band can do the same thing. And I think that was one of our biggest obstacles, because, a lot of people didn't want to hire us, because who wants to hire like a little kid singing or somebody very young? I think that's why a lot of people do look up to Selena Sandra, because she represents that. You can be Mexicana, you can be born and raised here in the U.S. and still embrace who you were, from your great grandparents.
You talk about how your dad always told you guys, you can do whatever you want, don't let nobody tell you different. Is that where Selena got her confidence to be this young Latina coming in through a male-dominated genre? Like, excuse me.
My father was our manager, and he was, the one that, protected us and was always there for us to make sure that we were guided the correct way in the path that we took and the business decisions that he did. And we trusted him, and we still do to this day. But I think that it's important, as you know, that the number one thing in life is what? Familia. And as long as you have your familia right there pushing you and supporting you and making you go forward, you can't ask for anything better than that. And I think that and perseverance and saying exactly like, I'm going to do this, and having that mentality, I think that's why Selena is one of the main reasons why a lot of people look up to Selena and they look at her and they want to be like her, because she represents strength. She represents that strong Hispanic American woman that we all are.
You guys were amazing even before Dreaming of You, and Dreaming of You came and it just hit another level. And I want to say thank you for making time for Apple Music and celebrating the 25th anniversary of this album.
Thank you so much, Sandra. It means so much to me. And thank you, Apple Music, for allowing this beautiful honor to happen. It just shows that Selena is very much alive, and she is a bicultural Latin artist that has just taken over the world, and everybody knows about her. And so it's because of interviews like this. So thank you so much.